Hello everyone, this is Gorax. As we know, Season 4 starts on the 21st June, which means we will have a new game update. While the new heroes will be exclusive for Season 4, other changes are not, such as the 10 speed on Temporal Vortex and a few more. This also means that the balance patch will probably affect heroes across all servers. Yes, you heard it right. Few heroes will be changed. And here are few confirmed changes to already existing heroes that were brought up by Death Eaters, another content creator. There might be more heroes affected, but so far I had no chance to look into them further as I was occupied by other projects. Reyta is one of the heroes that will have her passive and ultimate changed. She's quite hard to get as she's on the level of Elecabre, which is an exclusive hero without an exclusive artifact. Her passive currently, for each debuff on the enemy, the damage dealt is reduced by 6%. This effect stacks up to 5 times on the same target, so we can get it up to 30%, but we require at least one debuff on the enemy for it to work. The new passive will look as follows. Damage dealt by all enemies is reduced by 10%, so all enemies are affected by that at the start of the battle. Every debuff inflicted on them additionally reduces their damage dealt by 5%, and it stacks up to 5 times. Now, the 5 times 5%, that's 25% on top of the 10% that is already at the start of the battle. And here you can see the debuff in action. As you can see, all the dummies start with a separate stack of Sweat Dread, and then every debuff on them will further reduce the damage dealt by 5% per debuff. But that's not all, her ultimate is changed as well. Currently, dispel all debuffs on all allies, granting them defense up to for 10 seconds. Extends the duration of all debuffs on all enemies by 5 seconds, and cannot extend the duration of damage debuffs, which is Frost Poison. The new one reads as dispel all debuffs from all allies and granting them defense up to for 10 seconds. Now there's also a 100% chance to inflict recharge speed penalty on all enemies for 5 seconds and extend the duration of all their debuffs by 5 seconds, which makes her quite powerful, and this is definitely a buff for Reyta. Another hero affected by the changes is Torin, one of the best Necrosis healers. Currently, he heals the ally with the lowest current HP by target max HP and enlightenment, and when he's healing the marked ally, he dispels one debuff from them. So that's the current description of the battle skill. New one is a little bit more powerful as it heals the ally with the lowest HP and heals the marked ally by 7.5 and basically a half of the original one, so heals 2 targets. And also when healing marked allies, there is a 100% chance to dispel debuffs from them, which again seems like a very good buff for healing on Torin's abilities. So instead of healing one target, and if that's a marked ally, will always heal the target and the marked ally. Season 2 most wanted hero Tig Maffin has also been affected by the balance changes. His passive currently has a chance of applying 5 different debuffs. However, in Season 4 or on 21st of June, the chance of applying debuffs will only be between the 3: attack penalty, healing prohibition, and buff prohibition, which I think is a buff to him, as those 3 are rather more beneficial than the other 2 that have been removed. But that's not all the changes. His battle skill currently deals 300 poison damage to enemy with the highest attack and marks them for 6 seconds. During this time, he will shoot an additional arrow at them when launching basic attack, dealing additional 80% damage. This gets changed, and he will also gain a 50% increase attack speed, which is the attack speed up to buff for 6 seconds. Everything else stays the same, but overall, this is a good buff to usability of Tig Maffin and making him more predictable when it comes to rotating these 3 debuffs. Last hero that went through drastic changes, I would say, is Kishner. Kishner passive currently reads as the hero gains 20% damage reduction, and when taking damage, a 50% chance of dealing 150% defense derivative lightning damage to the damage source, which is quite annoying at highest level of the Feymander. Sadly, I haven't him being used anywhere else. Even in PvP, players tend not to use Kishner, although he seems very powerful for the PvP purposes. Now the new passive, the hero gains 20% damage reduction, and when the granted shield that comes from his battle skill takes damage from enemies, there is a 40% chance, which goes to 60%, to inflict attack penalty 2 on the damage dealer for 5 seconds. And when inflicting this state, he ignores 25% of the resistance. Now, as I mentioned, the battle skill currently grants an undispellable protection to the ally with the highest attack for 10 seconds, then grants a 15% target max HP and defense up to the hero and that ally. And this skill is guaranteed to be cast as the battle starts, and skill movements are not required during casting. So highest attack hero, which sometimes is not our highest damage dealer, but someone we need to have high attack on, because mostly when it comes to damage dealers, we focus on crit damage rather than attack, although the enlightenment heroes base will have always high attack and enlightenment, as we don't usually need crit rate and crit damage. And this is being changed in the battle skill. As you can see, not only he grants ally protection, but also control immunity to the ally, but with the highest crit damage. So while it's good for heroes like Farivol, it's not that good for heroes like Ivelios. This state cannot be dispelled, and then he grants the shield and defense up to both him and his ally, and the skill is guaranteed to be cast as the battle starts, and no cast action required upon releasing the skill. Then his ultimate has also been changed. Deals 550% defense lightning to enemies within range and reduce 30% of their ultimate energy, with a 75% chance of inflicting attack penalty 2 up to 100%. That's what it does currently in the game, but obviously we moved the attack penalty portion here to the passive, so now the ultimate does not do that, which I think is not the best change, because it's very good, especially in PvE, although we never used him in PvE. It's a good to control when you cast attack penalty rather than depend on the RNG. However, when it comes to PvP, this change is rather good, as this can affect the backline heroes. Oh, actually, this has changed as well. Look at the range. The range has changed to the full map instead of the heroes around him. So the damage will affect all the heroes on the battlefield, and we also have a chance to apply attack penalty to all the heroes on the battlefield when they deal damage. Kishner. So yeah, let me know in the comment section, what do you think about these buffs? Do you use any of these heroes? If you do, let me know how impactful these changes might be. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please click the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. As always, thank you for watching. Stay safe. Bye.